Hey folks, Shane Getson here, MLA for Lac Ste and Anne-Parkland, and I'm out in Rich Valley. So I'm sitting in a boardroom of Atlas Growers right now with one of the owners, Clint Weir. When I first got into politics, I didn't realize how diverse our area was, quite honestly. Again, coming from the energy background and midstream for the most part of it, I would hear out there as much as anybody else, Alberta needs to diversify their economy, we need to diversify. Well, it was really good. I knew that we had diversification, we had economic pillars that were there. And the more I found out about it, the more I was really happy to see how much we actually had going on in our area. So cannabis production. My first idea, I wasn't really supportive of the industry to start off with, quite honestly. And again, it was through a lot of prejudice or misunderstanding, and folks don't realize of the recreational use. But when I found out that Atlas Growers, the approach that they've taken to it, this is a full-on production facility, predominantly on the medicinal side of things, and they have international business operations. So it's pretty exciting for this area. So without me stumbling through it too much more, Clint, I want to talk about your business because it's yours. So if you can maybe fill us in what Atlas Growers is, kind of your background and how you came to this, how you came to Rich Valley.
Well, I actually lived in Rich Valley. This is actually my place, and actually my house is right at the corner here. Right, I lived for 18 years, and my partner Sheldon, he approached me about 5-6 years ago and said, "What do you think of medical cannabis?" And I've always appreciated the medical benefits that cannabis had. And my history is I had a friend in high school who had cancer, and he was taking cannabis for his leukemia, and it actually remedied a lot of his symptoms, helped him maintain his weight. So fast forward 20 years ago, great career in oil and gas, decided to move on into something different, and we decided to build the cannabis facility here. And the premise of Atlas was, let's take a scientific approach to it. Let's figure this plant out. There's several hundred different chemicals inside of cannabis, and we know that there are some anecdotal evidence right now proving that it can provide some great benefits. There's actually a product on the market right now that can help epilepsy in children. So with that approach, we basically have in-house analytics. We have science-based staff who basically can run our own internal analytics to basically tear the plant apart and really look at what the plant can do for our patients. And with that, we have a very good staff of cultivators, one of them being Jim Hole, a renowned horticulturist. And we've taken it to a whole new level. And right now we're producing a level of cannabinoid with maybe some of the best in Alberta, if not the world. So we're very proud of what we've achieved here. And we're just scratching the surface right now from a scientific approach of where we can go with this. And we're also looking at alternatives and spin-off businesses here to support the local community. We have a lot of locals working here from the area. Myself formerly being from the area, I know a lot of my neighbors are working here, and very happy to see that this is a blooming business. And despite what's happened with COVID and all the additional protocols we put in to protect the health and safety of our workers, we haven't skipped a beat, and business as usual. So it's been a pretty exciting time, Shane.
Well, it's fantastic, and I had a chance. Earlier you brought me out here. Oh shoot, that's a couple of months ago already.
Yes.
And the oil and gas background comes through and true here. It's a full-on production facility. You had the growing side of it. It was very scientific. You had your botanists that were sitting there as well, and lots of young folks, which was pretty neat to see. U of A grads and those type of things. And then you went through the whole production line. Everything is ran as if it's on a clock. And then you went through the harvesting side of it, and then down to the lab, which was pretty neat because to me it was basically a little miniature refinery in there. And then going through the production lines to your final product. One of the things that has been coming up too is on the hemp side of the industry, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a bunch of decortification and looking at all different products of hemp. Is there potential for using the stems and everything from hemp?
Absolutely. The hemp is a very strong textile product. It's been used for thousands of years. Once the government figures out a way for us to take that raw product, because we're only utilizing about 10 to 15% of the plant in the flower itself. Okay. The rest of it all basically gets destroyed and sent to landfill. We want to find opportunities for other businesses to find a use for that product, so we're not wasting it and throwing it in landfill.
Perfect. Any ideas of an expansion? Is it growing up, or is it market saturation now?
It is. There's a market for small, precise growers. I think the market is saturated from a recreational standpoint with the large-scale greenhouses, with the larger players out there. We have a little niche here with our style of growing that's actually very hard to mimic. And so we do see an opportunity to expand. We do have a development permit right now with Lac Ste County for an additional 1 million square feet. We may or may not utilize that development permit to expand this facility, but we're definitely looking at that expansion of operations here, and as you alluded to, an operation over in Europe.
Okay, fantastic. Well, appreciate you taking the chance on the area and using that good Alberta ingenuity and your prior life in the energy sector, and obviously transferable skill sets. We're both sitting here from different industries. And
Absolutely.
doing that now. But yeah, keep up the great work, and really happy you chose to take the gamble in our area and keep it up. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and we appreciate all the support from the municipal